is number, I think number 11, Andrew LeBlanc, with the carry there and got the first down for the Beavers. Now we got 1st and 10. Calvin Svoboda. He is a junior quarterback for the Beavers here. Keeper by the quarterback, and there he goes. One man to beat, jukes him to the left, and he is going to run into the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers. Just talking about him, Calvin Svoboda.
Starting quarterback and a guy who's been able to rack up a fair amount of rushing yards this season for the Beavers. They run a triple option offense, so everyone kind of gets involved in the running game, and right there, see, he's able to do just that.
Yeah, it also says here on my roster sheet that he is a DB as well. So that's a pretty interesting. Not sure if that's entirely true, but we'll see if it is. That is a pretty cool thing to see. Here for this extra point now for the Beavers. That is no good, off to the right. It'll stay 6-0. Beavers in the lead, and I have been waiting on this matchup for a couple of weeks now. I personally go to Northmont myself, and it is just a fantastic thing to see all these players hyped up about playing Beaver Creek. They seem more fired up. The loss against Withrow last week, you would think it'd put them down, but they are even more fired up than ever. I've never seen a team like this I've never seen this team be as fired up and ready to go like they are right now.
So coming up after the score, down 6-0, we will get to see the Thunderbolt offense. Last week, Lucas Post was the starting quarterback, and because of a concussion protocol for Bryce Staggs, Staggs has returned. He will be under center when the offense comes out.
They have a little bit of a weird kickoff stance. Never really seen one like this.
Kind of set up in like a diamond-ish formation. So that one's kind of a swib kick that'll bounce its way all the way back to the end zone. We'll have a touchback.
That brings it out to the 20 or 25 in high school. Pretty sure it's the 20 that'll come out to. And yes, it will. All right, so here now we will see Bryce Staggs take the field for the first time in 2 weeks after, like he said, concussion protocol. He's a great player. We saw a little bit of his injuries last year. See what he has to do this week. That's a handoff to his running back, who is taken down in the backfield. That was Graham Moyer on the carry. Just absolutely got swallowed in the backfield. 2nd and 11 on the 19 now. Beaver Creek bring in their whole band. We have a great student section, a blackout, as you can see by the uniforms. Bryce Staggs will take it on the left side himself and run out of bounds around the 28-yard line. It'll be, I think that'll be a 1st down.
Looks like they're going to mark him about 2-3 yards short, so we'll have 3rd and 3.
27-yard line, yep, 3rd and 3. Now here for Bryce Staggs. Motions 2 to the right. hands it off to his running back, and it looks like they will get that first down. Graham Moyer again. We saw a lot of him last week during Withrow. He had a couple of big runs. I think his biggest run of the night was a 23-yard run.
And he's had a fair amount of success this season running the ball. Not a ton of carries, but I think it's about 15 carries for, I think he's averaging over 7 yards a carry on the season. So he's done a really nice job when he has gotten the opportunity.
Yeah, and he is only a sophomore. He's in my grade. Great player. I used to play with him in middle school. Bryce Staggs now screen pass over to the left, tackled, and it looks like there may have been a fumble, and it rolls out of bounds. The pass was made by Anthony. That is not right. My roster sheet is wrong, but it will be second down for the Bolts. It looks like it'll be 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Eight seconds on the play clock. Smith comes in motion. The handoff to the outside. There's not a ton of room there, but Moyer looks like he will get back to the line of scrimmage. Or actually, I guess they're going to say he loses a couple. 3rd and 11.
Yep, Bryce Staggs on the little read option play got rocked by a Beaver while handing it off to Graham. Got scared for him a little bit, but he is just perfectly fine. Nothing too much. 3rd and 11 at the 30. They got trips on the left side. Motion's one of them. Passing down the field to his receiver, and it's caught just past the 50 near the 49. That'll be number 3, Orabi Faraj, senior wide receiver.
And you take a look here on the instant replay. The drop back finds his man, like you said, right over the middle, catches it on the T-bolt, or on the lightning bolt, I guess I should say, at midfield. Big play right there to keep the drive going.
Yep, big first down here, big 3rd down conversion there for the Thunderbolts. Bryce Staggs handoff to his running back, and it looks like he'll spin his way out of trouble, and he'll get tackled in the backfield. That was Juwan Bickerstaff, the freshman. Great running back. He's been putting the load on for Northmont. He's gotten a lot of carries this year, him and Graham Moyer. Both very young too. Juwan only being a freshman and Graham being a sophomore. You got 3 and 2 more years out of those guys, so it's a great place to be if you're a Bolt. Staggs pass on the right side is caught down the sideline. He'll be tackled out of bounds at around the 39-yard line.
And there you go. It's Jaden Smith getting involved yet again. We didn't actually get a chance to talk about him in the pregame, but 16 catches on the season, 15 catches on the season, 168 yards. He's been very effective so far, the best wide receiver out there for our Bolts.
Here we go, 3rd and 3 on the 42. Bryce Staggs sends a man in motion, and a pitch to his running back is tipped away, and it's fumbled, and they'll be taken away by the Beavers. Looks like they'll call the ball a dead ball, so it will stay where it lies. It looks like the punt team will come out. It'll be 4th down here.
See there on the instant replay, that thing was blown up very quickly. Number 33, Logan Reynolds, the senior linebacker, read that thing from about a mile away and had that one sniffed out from the get-go. The Bolts are going to be very lucky that they didn't end up turning that one over.
Oh, it'll look like it'll be a turnover. So actually the Beavers offense, I was not paying attention. Beavers offense will come out on the field now for first down on the 50 or on the 49. Sends a man in motion left. Hands it off to his running back who goes down the left sideline. Will anybody catch him? Yes, they will at around the 3-yard line as a big gain from the running back number 3, Trey Domingo, a junior in high school. Great run, burst to the left side. It'll be a big gain. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 18. It looks like they'll call some of the yards back. And it looks like it'll be a run with the quarterback now, going to the right side and taken down at around the 5-yard line. This quarterback, Calvin, is just he's got a big set of legs there. He's fast, and he's got the triple option plays in his back pocket. You know, if both running backs don't work out, he just takes it himself and gets a big first down. Great position now for the Beavers.
You see the deep back Trey Domingo. They're going to run this thing to the left side. Met by a slew of defenders. They'll slow him down. He'll pick up a yard or so. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 1, so make it a gain of 3. Second and goal on the 1. Time to see if the Bolts can bend and not break.
Now, like I said at the beginning of the game, I think this is Northmont's strong suit on defense. They got a great defensive line. If these Beavers just keep jamming it up the middle, I think the Bolts have a great chance to make a red zone stop here and possibly force a field goal or a turnover on downs. Here we got second down.
Man goes in. Oh, he might have fumbled that one. Lost it for a second. I think he got it back, but it'll be a loss of 2 or 3, I think, as I'm going to go and try and pull that up on the replay. I think on the after the handoff, we'll take a look here on the instant replay. Hands it off to the back, and yeah, he ran into the back of number 60, his offensive lineman, Preston Robinette. Lost the ball. It juggled around up in front of his face for a moment. Was able to recapture that one. They'll get away with one, but they lose a couple of yards, and this Northmont defense one play away from maybe coming up with a big stop. Being led by Jonas Ayler, the senior defensive lineman. They're going to get the handoff. Driving Sabota will find his way to the end zone.
Yeah, great play there by the Beavers. Found the gap to the right side, you know, and he's just pushing his way through even though you got 2 players pushing against you. Great play by the Beavers. That'll put them up 12-0. Extra point coming up to possibly 13-0. We'll see. But Northmont defensive line has looked good, but there have been a few mistakes with the positioning of linebackers. I see. It looks like they'll go for 2, a handoff off up the middle, and it will be stopped by the Northmont defense.
There was a surge for just a minute there by Landon Mills, the big fullback, but he was not able to fight his way through the defensive line. A good stand there by the Bolts, and now if they can get a stop here defensively, if they can put something together offensively and then get a stop, you know, like the missed extra point and then not getting it going for 2, it can definitely come back to haunt these Beavers.
Yeah, you have a great player in Bryce Staggs. If you can get something done on offense, you know, I think this Northmont team would be so much better if they used Bryce Staggs properly. No shame to the coaches, but Bryce Staggs got quite the bit of legs. I've seen him do summer workouts, and I saw the amount of run plays they made him do, and he looked like he was succeeding best when there was a run play designed for him where he could find the gaps. He's also got a heck of an arm, so coach is just saying, if you watch this back, Bryce Stagg's got some legs, and I know you know that too.
So Coach Gunner up here on top of the press box, giving his 2 cents. Always gotta love that. Since we got maybe a quick second before we get back to the game, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick sponsor shout out since we didn't have time to do that one earlier. Shout out to our friends over at the Code Credit Union, one good reason after another to rock with us here on the NM Sports Network, and Northmont Athletics all year long. Huge shout out to them, 937-222-8971. Like I said, thank you guys for rocking with us all year long.
Kickoff underway, and it'll be returned. No, it will not. It will bounce in the end zone for touchback. It'll be placed at the 20-yard line. So now we got a new possession here for the Northmont Thunderbolts at the 20-yard line. It is still the first quarter, 3 minutes and 49 seconds to play. Only 12-0. Northmont put together 2 drives and an extra point. They could be in the lead easily. But yeah, now we see Bryce Staggs taking the field, trying to get something done for this Northmont offense.
Just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. In motion, that was Bickerstaff. They're gonna run a read option to pitch out to Bickerstaff. Stutter step trying to make a defender miss, but a tag team by numbers 8 and 19 for the Beavers are there to make the stop. Kelvin Keys Jr. and that is number 8 and number 19, David Savota. The two to combine to make the play. David, the brother of quarterback, of the starting quarterback, Calvin Savota. So pick up a 2 on the play. Four wide receivers on the field, set up in the gun. Man, one of the offensive linemen is going to jump, and there will be a false start. So back it up. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Yeah, if you're the Thunderbolts, that is not what you want to hear. You do not want to go back into your territory any more than you want to. You want to move the ball upfield. Linemen got to be more, thinking of a word. I can't think of the word. They just got to.
Discipline?
Yeah, discipline. There we are. They got to be more disciplined on that action. Those flags add up very quickly. You do not want those to add up.
And drop back in the throw from Staggs. So get it out along the boundary. So they said that was number 81. I don't have Braylon Jones here on my roster, so I guess I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. That's what I said was wrong with my roster. But here we are. Bryce Staggs' pass is complete at the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 now for the Bolts. I was slacking on the camera, so sorry guys for not seeing that. Just a great pass over to the right side. Now they're at the right hash mark. 1st down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now they're going to set up in the gun on the 34, the handoff, and quickly in the backfield, the Beavers. It'll be a loss. Or no, they're going to say he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No, loss of 1. Dwan Bickerstaff. The runner that time.
Talented freshman being a starting varsity at a freshman age is just amazing. You don't see that often. But Juwan's got a great mindset at running back. Bryce Staggs' throw over the middle is incomplete.
In and out of the hands. That one was a tough one, just maybe a half step too far for Jaden Smith to be able to haul it in. It'll be 3rd and 11. Bolts have picked that one up before.
Bryce Staggs now rolling left. Fires over the middle and it's caught. 1st down and more. Using his legs and fighting through. He'll be down around the 46-yard line. Number 3. That looks like it was Tony Lachlan, the junior on this team.
And yes, that was Tony Lachlan. What a fantastic job. You see Staggs gets his feet set, rolling out. The offensive line moves with him. The stutter step, making the defender miss there by Lachlan. Number 5, Colin Hunter, the man who ended up looking silly on the play, is diving after a ghost as Lachlan disappeared.
Yep, so a fresh new set of downs here for the Northmont Thunderbolts. 3rd and 11, big 3rd down conversion there. Bryce Staggs definitely seems has a lot of confidence, it looks like. He's going through his progressions, taking his time. He's not rushing, and he'll fire over to the left side to his receiver.
As Braylon Jones again for a pickup of maybe 3, make it 4. 2nd and 6. And the Bolts they've done a really good job so far on this drive of staying ahead of the chains, not putting yourself in too many tough situations. I mean, they actually have once or twice. They've been able to find their way out of it. But if you're able to pick up 4 or 5 yards of play and not find yourself in a lot of 3rd and longs, you'll be set up in a good situation. The pitch now to Bickerstaff, nowhere to go for him. Going to be a loss of 3 on the play as the final seconds are ticking off here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, we've seen a lot this year of Northmont not doing a great job at putting themselves in a good position. You've seen often that they've been in a lot of bad situations. I mean, last week you got a lot of situations where you just throw the ball mindlessly, or you're just, you're making bad decisions, rushing yourself. You just gotta calm down, and when you do, and you're working together as a team, you see as what they're doing now is they're getting good progression down the field now at the other side, working their way to score at least a field goal.
And so now with our Bolts in at the opposite 45 in Beaver territory, we end the first quarter down 12-0. We're going to go ahead real quick and do a sponsor spot. We're going to play you guys a commercial here between quarters from our friends over at Express It, and we'll be right back with the second quarter.
Growing up, I kind of felt like there was a lot that I held in and couldn't express, so that's kind of where it generated from. But, now it's connected to the youth in so many different ways. Being a product of the city and having that competitive spirit, but sometimes it being overshadowed with envy and hate. And I want to be the one to break that cycle so that the light can shine on everybody. Seeing people rock with Express It, it definitely, it makes me feel like I'm making a difference, especially those of us in the Black community. We all got this competitive spirit. Seeing them represented, it's always a great feeling. And it's also an honor because it's like they see something in me that they relating to. It's so much more than just the game of basketball or, school or education. This is people's lives, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Nice little sponsor from Express It. Thank you to my man Jamichael Blanton. I have a couple apparel things from him. Met him at one of our
one of the PBL games,
Yeah.
PBL Sunday.
Premier League basketball Sunday. Met him there. Great quality. You know, I've only heard from Alex and Andy that it's great quality, but honestly, after wearing it, I have to say it's better than what they described it. You know, go pick up a piece of it from his stories. Dayton originated, you know, he's expanding out to other cities. Just go contact him if you have any questions. And thank you for sponsoring the NM Sports Network.
And since Gunnar just went ahead and pretty much did the ad read, we'll throw it up on how you can actually get in contact with him, www.expressitathletics.store, or you can email him at sales@expressitathletics.store, or call him at 937-369-0222. Shout out to our man, Jamichael Blanton, one more time.
So it looks like we had a couple people moving on the punting team there. They will add it on to the offensive yard. So now the Beavers will move up from where they originally were going to be after the fair catch. So it looks like the ball will be placed at around the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Beavers.
Okay, we're good. All right, so the handoff up the middle now. They're going to be able to create a lane. All those offensive linemen pushing, making a hole. It'll be a pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play. Make it 6 and 2nd and 2. Calvin Sabota was the runner that time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Calvin tonight with his legs, keeping it himself. He's got a rushing touchdown himself, actually. Perfect example of that.
Set up in that patented triple option set. 2 wide receivers set up to the top. Goes in motion. Sabota will keep it this time after the fake handoff. Nowhere to go. The Thunderbolt defense gets him in the backfield. Looks like, or no, they'll say he's able to inch out a yard there, so make it 3rd and 3. This is kind of the field position that the Beavers want to be living in, 3rd and short. 3 yards and a cloud of dust. They talk about that all the time when you're talking about triple option type football, and they run that to perfection. Gonna have the 2 wide receivers spread out to the bottom now.
Yeah, if you want to see a team that can do the triple option professionally, watch Air Force or Navy. They both perfect the triple option there in the college football realm. And you're seeing a lot of that here with the Beavers. They love doing it. They've done it almost every play. I don't think they've done a single passing play yet. It'll be 3rd down, or it'll be 4th down now. Looks like the refs are talking about something there at the ball.
They're trying to figure out exactly where they're gonna spot it, maybe. Oh. Okay, I guess we're having a officials timeout, which I guess since we're doing that, it gives us a little bit of time to maybe use another one of these graphics that we didn't have time to use before the game because we were having technical issues. But all right, one of the guys that we were gonna talk about coming into tonight's game, Jonas Ayler, big number 94. You'll see him there along the defensive line all night, coming into tonight's game with 14 tackles, 1 sack, and 2.5 tackles for loss here on the season. One of the better returning defenders for the Northmont Thunderbolts, and he's done a really nice job leading the way defensively for them here this season. Looks like our officials timeout no, we're not done. So Gunnar, how about you go ahead and tell us about our guy, Jaden Smith, number 7.
Jaden Smith, yeah, we saw a lot of him last week against Withrow, where I commentated. In week 2, though, against LaSalle, he had 5 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. Great player. Definitely star wide receiver for this team. Doing some great stuff here.
And then I did forget to mention about our man Jonas Ayler last year against Beaver Creek. I think it was week 5, week 6 maybe. 11 tackles and a forced fumble. His career high on for any game of his career so far. So last time we got to see the Beavers, he showed out. We'll see if he's able to do that again here tonight.
Yep, Jonas, you may be able to see him. He's a lefty tackle there on the Northmont defensive line. Beavers will run it up the middle. It looks like they might have gotten a little bit of yards. If not, it's still 3rd down.
And actually, they might have lost a yard or two. As now they're marking it at 3rd and 4. Sabota goes over to the sideline, gets the call in, comes back.
Third down and 4 now for the Beavers.
Handoff up the middle. No, it's a fake. The pitch out. He's got some running room across the 50. He's going to be absorbed and taken down. That was number 31, Deshaun Suber. And the man who was there to make the stop was Shane LaRue for the Bolts. Big pickup right there. Really nice fake on the inside. Drew the whole defense inside. The pitch out. And a big pickup that time.
Definitely faked me out. If it didn't fake out that Northmont team, I don't know what will. Looked like an Aaron Rodgers little special there with the fake handoff, and then he pitched it back. Great first down yardage here for the Beavers now. Now it's a run from the running back. He's got some running room down at the 5. Touchdown, Beavers. That'll be number 3, Trey Domingo. Great run up the middle for the Beavers. And just, it's dangerous when a running back can just find that gap and the linebackers just are spread out all the way to the hash marks. He's just got all that middle running room, blasting up the middle for the touchdown. They'll go and attempt the extra point now, 18-0. And now from the kick with Hunter Phipps. Kick is good. So it will be 19-0. 7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Bolts down 19 points. How are you feeling if you're Northmont, Andy?
Definitely a little discouraged. You know, you've had some things go your way, but then when it comes down to it, there's just been a lot more big plays on the other side for the Beavers. The triple option can be really hard to stop sometimes, especially when you got a bunch of big offensive linemen that are really good at being mobile. That's something that Beaver Creek has shown that they can do so far this season and so far here in this game. And you can get some big bodies that can move around on the field like that. You're able to get downfield. Your offensive line gets to the second and third levels, is able to create bigger and bigger gaps. Makes things a lot more difficult on a defense. Right now, the Bolts kind of getting dominated physically. Got to see if they're able to come up with some way to get a stop and maybe force a comeback here as we come towards the end of the first half. If you're, the Bolts, they do control, they will get the ball out of halftime. You're able to maybe get a score and a stop before the half. You get the ball back after halftime. You get another score, and then you all of a sudden you're right back in this thing. So definitely far from over, but Northmont definitely kind of putting themselves in a little bit of a hole. Return up the middle. He's got a big hole. That was Bickerstaff. He's going to get out to the 40-ish, maybe the 42. Fantastic job there by Bickerstaff. And my apologies to you guys. I missed the replay. That one is all on me.
Yeah, and the reason why, I was going to add on, the reason why it's so hard to stop a triple option is because it's not done much. There's not much known about how you can stop a triple option. So when you're going against a team that perfects it, it's really hard to stop it, and that's the main reason why the Beavers are winning this game right now.
A couple of men go in motion, set now to the bottom side of your screen. The fake handoff, great fake pass there by Staggs. He's going to spin and get out of it. End up, he'll picking up 4 on the play. Miraculous move right there by the quarterback. Looked like he was ready to throw that one. Saw a Beaver getting ready to try and chomp his arm off. Gets a little spin move, gets out of it, and turns what was a broken play into a gain of 4.
Yeah, the student section for Northmont theme is blackout tonight, like you see by the jerseys, and they're going crazy, though. What I like about the Northmont student section is, though, even though we're down, they are still bringing the energy.
Staggs now, he's going to get another run. He's going to lean into it this time. Pick up of maybe 2, 3. We're going to say 3, 3rd and 3. It's another short yardage situation where Northmont has a chance to pick it up, get back in opposing field position, and like I said, you got a real chance to cut into this lead, and if you're able to do that, I mean, they were able to get almost to midfield in less than a minute. If you're able to score within, you know, a couple minutes, you might be able to have a chance to get another stop and have a chance to make a score before the half. The throw now over to the sidelines, no room. He will be driven backwards as a bunch of Beavers come in to make the stop. That may have been David Sabota who came in to make the stop. And it looked like there might have been a miscommunication there between Staggs and the wide receiver as he kind of pump faked, like the wide receiver wasn't ready, had to get away, or had to get the ball away late, and then by the time the defense got there, excuse me, by the time the pass got there, the defense was just absorbing him.
Fair catch made there by the Beavers. That'll be number 8, Kelvin Keys Jr. So that'll set him around the 16-yard line. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
And Kelvin Keys Jr. in a game earlier this season had a 73-yard kick return. So he is dangerous on special teams, plays defense and offense. He does a little bit of it all for the Beavers. And an update from our buddy Jared. He is with our friends over at the Miami Valley Communications Council doing Centerville and Fairmont right now. He texted me the Birds are up 7-0, or maybe, yes, 7-0 with under 6 to go in the first half. Dave Miller, coach of the Firebirds, goes with a wild decision, going for it on 4th and 1 at the Fairmont 18. They pick it up and they're able to go down the field and score. I mean, hey, they haven't beaten Centerville since, I believe Jared told me, 2018. It's been a long time. It's a team that tends to dominate Fairmont, and if you're gonna be able to, you know, knock off a team that's got your number, you're gonna have to do some unorthodox things. If you're gonna try and come out of Centerville with a win, they did something unorthodox, and it worked out so far. It'll be 2nd and 9. Ticking closer to 5 minutes. The fake handoff, Savota. There might have been a fumble. There, all the different markers come out for the officials. They're going to say that Beaver Creek and Savota get right back on top of that one. But there's no gain on the play. 3rd and 9.
If you're Northmont right now, you just gotta protect your middle. You need to press your linebackers in between, but then also that leaves room on the outside hash marks. There's a lot of things Beaver Creek is doing right now that Northmont cannot defend, and like I said, Northmont's defensive line play has been amazing this year.
Oh, and the late flag comes in. I want to know what that's all about. I didn't see it. Maybe they're calling pass interference on the linebacker over the middle who was guarding the tight end. It looked like they were pretty close. There might have been some extracurriculars before the ball was in the air. I guess that's the only thing it could have been. KJ Gaston will be the man that gets hit with the flag, and yes, he was the guy guarding the tight end coming over the middle. Can't shoot yourself in the foot like that if you're Northmont. Came away with a stop on 3rd and 9, but penalties would make it so your defense has to stay out on the field even longer. So now 2 wide receivers split to the top of your screen. In motion, the fake handoff. Savota goes down to one knee. Oh, the ball pops out. The Northmont is saying it's theirs. We're waiting to see what the call is. The home team is getting excited, but I haven't seen anyone point yet. The officials are now gathering. Savota, I saw him go to his knee after the handoff, and I was kind of wondering if he hung on to that one a little too long. The Northmont faithful, everyone in green on the field, everyone in green on the sideline is pointing the Northmont direction. The defense is getting excited, and they think that they're going to get the ball, and they do. And this could be what the Bolts need to give them a little bit of life. They take over possession. Ball on the Creek 33, 4:13 to play in the first half.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Bolts need. They have done a great job. You know, they've forced at least 2 other fumbles tonight, both recovered by the Beaver Creek offense. But Northmont coming up with that fumble now sets them up in great position, almost in field goal position, I want to say. So this is a great start for the Northmont offense.
Hit late. The flag comes in. They're going to say that is a hit on a defenseless receiver. Let's not get to the pushing and shoving, as it looks like the Thunderbolts are going to go down and try and make sure that their teammate is okay. He got a shot in the back. There's definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike contact or maybe unnecessary roughness. I think it'll probably be the latter, unnecessary roughness. As I'm not sure who it was that got hit.
So it will be a hit on the defenseless receiver. Struggling to get up after that one. Jaden Smith, that star receiver there. Looks like he is good. Looks like he might be going back into the huddle to go back out there.
And there you go. He wants to go right back into the huddle. They're going to say, hey, bud, you got to take a play off after that.
Yeah, such a big hit. You know, he's in the air and you just take his legs out. You can't exactly do that. I get what you want to be physical, but he's got to be able to protect himself. That could be a big and dangerous injury there, so you want to be careful on that.
Now 2 wide receivers split to the top, none to the bottom. Lined up in the shotgun. They're going to sling this one to the end zone, just over the outstretched arms of Tony Locken. He was there. It's just a pass, sails on, Stags a little bit. Take a look here on the NM Sports Instant Replay.
Yeah, you see Bryce Staggs. He knows who he wants to throw it to, and he tries to almost go for the Odell catch. I mean, I know you can't really get that other hand over there, but at least you got to try doing that 2 hands, because it is so easy to just punch the ball out of one hand. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And the defender was actually in really good position on that time. A low snap, Stags barely able to handle it, and then Bickerstaff is blown up in the backfield.
Yeah, it looks like a beaver got his helmet ripped off as well during that.
Yes, that was number 33, Logan Reynolds. He was the man who bust through the offensive line. You saw it a moment ago on the instant replay. Bust through the offensive line, just took the guard and put him in the lap of Bryce Staggs. Completely blew that play up from the start. 3rd and 16.
You got trips on the top of your screen now for Northmont.
Staggs rolling out. He's going to drop back. Gets it to an open. That was Smith. I don't think he's able to haul it in. Yes, they will call it incomplete. That would have gotten the Bolts probably to 4th and 8. So now, big decision time. Looks like the offense is going to come off the field, and are we going to get a kick here from the Thunderbolts?
It actually looks like Bryce Staggs is taking a play from the quarterback coach. They'll stay out there on the offense. 4th and 16. I mean, they are in good field position to do it. It's just such a big gain you have to try to get.
Gutsy call here by the Northmont staff. 3 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Bickerstaff in the backfield. The drop back. He's going to throw this one to the corner route. He's going to be blasted at the end of the play. No flag. And it was a good throw. He had the man open. It's just maybe a half step out of the reach of the wide receiver. Gonna get you a look at it here on the instant replay. The throw steps into it, and just a half step too far. That one might have been Tony Locken who stuck his hand out there trying to make the snag. But the Bolts will come away with nothing, sadly, on that possession.
Yeah, the defense got such a good takeaway, and the Bolts just couldn't do anything with it on offense. Too bad. I didn't mean that in a mean way. That sounded kind of mean coming out. But that's just, it's a shame that the offense couldn't do anything with it. Looks like a run up the middle is going nowhere. Looks like it might have gained a yard or 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. Gain of 3. Two minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first half. Northmont in quite the deficit.
They're gonna stack the box now, make it 8 right up there, up the middle. The handoff that goes to Trey Domingo, number 3, the big powerful back.
Trey Domingo, main man for the Beavers today. He's just gotten he's gotten a lot of runs for the Beavers tonight. Yeah, he had 17 rushes and 163 yards. Is this
On the season.
on the season?
Yep.
Yeah, so.
As well as 3 touchdowns, I believe I have written down there.
Yeah, he has 3 touchdowns on the season's, 4 if you're counting today's.
The drop back, Savoda has an open man. That one's gonna hit the defender in the back, but there was a lot of flags coming out on that one. I think that's gonna be KJ Gaston again, trying not to get beat on the play. The ball hit him in the back, and there's gonna be a big pickup right there for Beaver Creek.
Yeah, you want to be physical, but not too physical. Got a little bit of a paraglider coming across the top.
Oh, yeah.
Premier League.
Premier Health Stadium.
Premier Health Stadium. There we are. Forgot the name.
Flying around over top of the Beaver Creek side over there. That's a new one. I've done a lot of high school sports, and I've never seen that one. Now a 7-man box for your Bolts. They're gonna pitch this one to the outside. He's gonna have a hole. Good blocking by the wide receivers, and he's gonna get a 1st down. Looks like Beaver Creek, they may be wanting to hurry up, but I'll tell you what, they're gonna get lucky because Andrew LeBlanc Now Beaver Creek is going to take a timeout. Going to get lucky there, I believe. Andrew LeBlanc should have been called for a hold, number 11, the wide receiver on the outside, but no call there.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a timeout for Beaver Creek. And while we're in the timeout, can we talk about our third guy there on the panel?
Yes. Number 3 on our panel, that was Quentin Churchman, who I'm not sure, have we seen him tonight? I believe it seems as though he got hurt in the last game.
I don't believe we've seen him tonight.
It's a huge loss on the season, the leading rusher so far for your Bolts, 31 carries, 117 yards, and averaging just shy of 4 yards per carry. Kind of been a workhorse through the first few games. Sad to see him not be able to make it out here today, because he is a tough player. I mean, if there's anyone in high school football that reminds me of Marshawn Lynch, it is this man, because he runs hard. He's a very powerful back. Love watching him play. And last year had 109 yards from scrimmage against, I think it was Springfield, his career high. So huge shout out to him for that. But like I said, sadly, I do not believe he is out here playing tonight.
We could be wrong also, so if you are watching and you did play, apologies for that. I can't see you on the sidelines. Run up the right side, just almost got to the first down, just short. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
That's the wide receiver, Andrew LeBlanc. He's the leading wide receiver actually for Beaver Creek this season. 2 receptions for 65 yards. That right there just kind of tells you in and of itself, they do not throw the ball a ton here at Beaver Creek. The handoff up the middle, a little bit of a hole there for Kellen Reeves. He's kind of one of those other guys for Beaver Creek who mans a lot of the low. 38 rushes on the season, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging just shy of 5 yards per carry.
I think he might be wearing a different number because I just seen another number 34 on the sideline, and it is not him. So I'm not sure if they changed numbers. And he is number 24 now.
Yeah, he's been 24, maybe.
Oh, I thought it was 34. My apologies.
You're all good. They get it to LeBlanc towards the outside, and he will be ripped down. Fantastic job. I think that's number 9, Sydney Booker.
So it'll be a timeout, Beaver Creek, and now we can take a replay of that tackle there. Just take a look. You see he ditches it off and absolutely wrapped up and taken down. Almost looks like a pro wrestling move there.
And I said Sydney Booker. My apologies. That's Wyatt Smith, number 33 was the man in there to be able to make the stop. And there we go, getting a shot of the paraglider. Excellent camera work, my friend. Hearing him buzz around up there.
So now as we come back from the timeout, we'll see there's only 24 seconds left on the clock as Beaver Creek will take the field once again. Trying to adjust the camera back to what it was. All right, now we have 3rd down and 6 here for Savoda and his Beaver offense. Looks like a run up the middle.
Nowhere to go this time for Kellen Reeves. 14.1 on the clock here in the first half.
So another in their final timeout
and
for Beaver Creek.
And so since we got another timeout, we're going to go ahead and do another sponsor shout out real quick. Shout out to our friends over at Bluebird Construction. they do work in Indiana and Ohio. They can build you just about anything you need. You guys need your roof remodeled, need your house redone. There's your house redone, your roof remodeled. I did that backwards of how I used to do it. You guys can go ahead and call Bluebird Construction. You guys want to find how they can help you guys here in Ohio, look at bluebirdohio.com. Shout out to our friends over there. Tell them that NM Sports Network sent you. And then I'm going to try to go quickly here with this, but shout out to our friends over at the TAT tournament. August 2026, we're doing a 64-team single elimination tournament based off the high school that you went to. $50,000 is the grand prize. If you guys want to learn more about that, you guys can, we'll be telling you more about that all season long here on the NM Sports Network.
Here we go, 4th down and 3. They're going to go for this. Hand up the middle. He will get it. Taken down shortly after, though. It looks like Beaver Creek had actually one more timeout, and oh, no. It looks like there is a miscommunication. So the flag is thrown. So it looks like it'll be a delay of game there by the Beavers. So that'll back them up, but also stop the clock. So we have 10 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 15 now for the Beavers at the 20-yard line.
And you gotta wonder, are they gonna be conservative, or are they gonna try to go all out and try to get one more score on the board going into the half? The clock begins to tick, and then, all right, so then they will take that final timeout. They're going to take that final timeout, and I believe they're going to send out the kicking unit and try and make this a 22-0 game at half. Conversation being had between the refs and the Beaver coach, though.
Not sure how this is going to end up for the Beavers, because we saw the kicker. I saw he's had a little struggle kicking. I don't think he's really a kicker. I think he's an offensive lineman. But we saw he missed an extra point earlier. And it looks like he barely made one other. So we're going to see how far his leg is. I could be underestimating him a lot. But this will be around a 30-yard kick. So
that's number 35, Gavin Blackaby. The kick is off the upright, and no good. Doink, and bounces out. So I'm going to show you guys a quick instant replay of that. As you see, that one doinks off the left upright, falls down. And so that is going to do it here for the first half. 19-0, the Beavers lead. We're going to hit you guys with some ads and all that stuff, and then we'll be back for the second half here on the NM Sports Network.
Growing up, I kind of felt like it was a lot that I held in and couldn't express, so that's kind of where it generated from. But, you know, now it's connected to the youth in so many different ways. Being a product of the city and having that competitive spirit, but sometimes it being overshadowed with envy and hate. And I want to be the one to break that cycle so that the light can shine on everybody. Seeing people rock with Express it definitely, it makes me feel like I'm making a difference, especially those of us in the Black community. We all got this competitive spirit. Seeing them represented, I mean, it's always a great feeling. And it's also an honor because it's like they see something in me that they relating to. It's so much more than just the game of basketball or, you know, school or education. This is people's lives, you know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'll be announcing the winner of the 50-50 drawing about halfway through the third quarter. Make sure you have your 50-50 tickets available when we make that announcement. Thank you. If you would like to have additional information regarding the Greater Western Ohio Conference, which Northmont is a member of, you may visit their website.
Not right now.
www.gwalksports.com. You can follow us on Facebook or on X for a complete rundown of all athletic events. Miami Valley North, part of Premier Health, is proud to be the official healthcare partner for the Thunderbolts. As the official sports medicine provider for nearly 40 area high schools and colleges, Premier Health leads the region in caring for student athletes. To learn more or to find a physician, visit us online at premierhealth.com/.
There we go.
When am I gonna meet this Garrett guy?
Next week, I think. Yeah, he is, because he's at Centerville and Fairmont right now. He will be here next week. And Jared is great.
Here are some score updates from around the Greater Western Ohio Conference this evening. Fairmont is currently leading Centerville 10-0. Lane is currently leading Springboro 27-17, and Springfield is leading Miamisburg 21-0.
All right, so yeah, this is gonna be the main one now. This one will be like Zoom. So we're either, so like when we come out, that one is either put on a huddle or like if they're lining up and we're it, put that one on there.
Alright, is that where you want it right there? Right there, Zach? Or do you want me to make more center? Alright, let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here inside Premier Health Stadium for the second half of your Northmont Thunderbolts matchup against the Beaver Creek Beavers. Coming about 45 minutes north of town to come up here and have a football game on what is an absolutely fantastic night. You couldn't ask for better weather. You could ask for a better outcome on the scoreboard to this point for our Bolts, down 19, but I think they still got a chance. I mean, they've been okay so far. If they can make a couple of, if they can make Beaver Creek make a couple of mistakes and maybe just get a big play or two that they've kind of struggled to get so far this season, they could be right back in this thing in a hurry. I should have said this already. Andy Horton alongside Gunnar Holp. How you doing? Getting ready for the second half, man?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, Northmont is not out of this quite yet, so we still have a game on our hands. It's only 2 touchdowns and maybe another only 3 touchdowns and you're in the lead. And you have 24 minutes to do it. Northmont could do just that, but will they? We'll have to find out. But I'm excited. Obviously, getting to watch any football is exciting, but getting to watch my Northmont Thunderbolts, it's a great thing to watch. And yeah, I'm pumped. About to get underway with less than a minute to go. Northmont now walking onto the field.
We're going to go ahead and give you a couple of score updates from around the area since we got that. You guys will see that throughout the night going on at the bottom of the screen. You can see right now Springboro trailing Wayne 27-14 at the half. Then the Wildcats of Springfield are beating the Miamisburg Vikings 14-0 at half. And a shocker, the Fairmont Firebirds up 10-0 over the Centerville Elks. I actually have a side bet on that game as me and my buddy Jared on our podcast called Play by Play this week we decided that if Fairmont wins, because I picked Centerville, if Fairmont wins, then I have to wear an Ohio State hat the entire show. And if Centerville wins, then Jared has to wear a Michigan hat the entire show. So I'm hoping for a comeback from the Elks. I don't want to have to sit there in a Buckeye hat for an hour and a half on Wednesday. So with that being said, I think we're going to probably do a quick sponsor shout out. Going to go ahead and decide to talk about our friends over at Code Credit Union. One good reason after another to rock with us and Code Credit Union all season long. 937-222-8971. If you guys want to get a hold of them, tell them that your friends over at the NM Sports Network sent you. And then the TAT tournament, didn't get to talk a ton about that earlier. I tried, but I failed. Oh, my apologies. I tried to get the ad read in, but I didn't have quite enough time. The TAT tournament is a 64-team single elimination tournament. It's a lot like the TVT, but it has to do with the high school that you went to versus the college that you went to. The pot that you get to win is a little bit smaller, only ringing in at $50,000, but who doesn't want to win $50K to go and play basketball with some of your old high school friends? I mean, count me in. 64 teams, 8 regions across all of Ohio. We will be doing that coming up August 2026. So you guys keep an eye out for that. It should be an absolute boatload of fun. And if we get it to work right here in Ohio, then coming up next, I mean, we'll be moving it out to other states and we'll be bringing it nationwide ASAP. I can't wait. It should be a lot of fun, boys and girls. So don't forget to pay attention. Look for dates and everything coming up about the TAT. We talked about him earlier. Our man, Jamichael Blanton over at Express It. Gunner recently has become a fan and started buying into the merch. www.expressitathletics.store is where you can find the stuff. Or you can email him if you're trying to maybe buy some bulk sales. Sales@expressitathletics.store or 937-369-0222. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. My apologies. Go ahead and take a live look in at Bryce Staggs, starting quarterback, getting warmed up. Love the neon, that bright green, and then the bolts on the back. Absolutely love it. The blackout jerseys, they look fantastic. Our boys are looking nice out there tonight. They say look good, feel good, play good, or feel good, play good. Let's hope that our boys can do something to get the offense rolling in the second half. And then since we got an extra second, we'll go ahead and talk about our friends over at Bluebird Construction. You need your roof redone, you need your house remodeled, go ahead and call our friends over at Bluebird. And if you're trying to make sure, or if you're trying to get a hold of what they do here in Ohio, you guys can find them online at bluebirdohio.com.
Yep, here, and we're about to kick off here for the second half of GWalk football play. The Beaver Creek Beavers will take on the Northmont Thunderbolts. 19-0, 12 minutes here in the third quarter as we're about to kick off. And it will be number 39 for the Beavers kicking off. That is Ethan Kunn, the senior running back and defensive back and kicker.
And there you see our Bolts back to receive. The kick is off, and the second half is underway. Nice snag there by the return man. He's going to angle his way across the 25, be pulled down right around the 27. Pretty all right starting field position for the Bolts coming out of the half. That was number 32. It looks like our man Bickerstaff controlling things out of the backfield tonight, the leading rusher. And there you see Staggs in the offense. Bickerstaff going to line up right next to him coming out onto the field. First and 10, ball on the 26. Staggs takes a snap. He's going to drop back, they're quickly going to throw an out route to the man. He's going to make the catch and be pulled down at the 30. That is Cameron Kozlowski. His 5th or 6th reception on the season. Stags, you see now they're in the huddle. Got the play call, giving direction, and getting up to the line quickly.
You got trips at the top of your screen now for the Thunderbolts.
And that was actually the 2nd catch of the season for Kozlowski. A little bit of late contact there as the pass goes through the hands of the wide receiver. That was Kozlowski again. I think he was kind of slammed to the ground there at the end.
Yeah, targeted 2 times in a row. Got the 1 catch for a short little 4-yard gain, but the second one just right through the hands.
3 wide receivers split to the top, 1 to the bottom of your screen. The throw over the middle, that's Locken. Big first down. He's going to spin out of a tackle and then eventually will be pulled down. I believe that was big number 9 for Beaver Creek.
Looks like they're going in a little bit of a hurry up now.
Quickly get back up to the line. Drop back to pass. The throw deep. That one just out of the, just a little too long for Braylon Jones, number 81, trying to go and pull that one in.
Yeah, our quarterback tonight, Bryce Staggs, doing all right. You know, he's looked calm, composed. He's doing his thing, coming off a concussion protocol injury. Lucas Post was the starting quarterback last week. Had an all right game. You know, it's his first ever start. He's only a sophomore, not very experienced, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But Bryce Staggs coming back now for Northmont, ready to take this offense, hopefully to get a score. Looks like there's an ineligible receiver downfield on number 81. That's
Braylon Jones. So I guess he wasn't supposed to go out for the pass that time. He was lined up in, he was covered up on that play. The snap now, 2nd and 10. They're going to get this one out to the edge. That's Locken. He'll be blown up at the catch point.
Yeah, Lachlan just getting blown up right as he caught it. I mean, there's not much you can do there. You're trying to focus on catching the ball, and there's a defensive back right behind you, ready to just swallow that play up. Not much you can do if you're the receiver there.
Staggs all by himself. He's going to try and get out of the pocket, runs right into a defender, weaves out of the way, and he'll lose his balance, falling to the ground. That's Landon Mullins.
Actually, that was Lucas Post in the game at quarterback.
And a nice catch by Gunner right there. Post was trying to get out of the pocket there. Not a ton of room. Your Bolts will be away to kick. This one is a towering punt. It's going to be taken at the 20. That is Keys Jr. makes a man miss out near the 40. They're going to call him down at the 39. And he is certainly an excellent return man.
Yeah, dangerous return man. He was the one that took the 73-yarder kick return, right? That's who you were talking about?
Yes, Kelvin Keys.
Yeah, definitely a threat on the receiving end of the special teams. Now, 9 minutes and 38 seconds to play, Beaver ball.
Set up one wide receiver stretched all the way down to the bottom of your screen. Hand off to the fullback, nowhere to go. That time for Kellen Reeves.
Yeah. Yeah, nice little run up the middle there by Kellen Reeves. Picking up a gain, or no, he actually lost yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Beavers. Keep wanting to say Beavers for some reason.
Gonna get down under center, got the extra offensive lineman, the pitch out this time. He's gonna get around the edge, make a man miss, and he's gonna get out past the 43. Domingo, that was him, number 3, with another big carry.
Yeah, Domingo playing a big part in this Beaver offense. He's taken a lot of the snaps this game, running it up. He's had a rushing touchdown. That makes it 4 on the year. Overall, great game here for Domingo.
And you know, one of the things that can really hurt you when you're playing a triple option team is the fact that they just suck the life out of the clock. The pitch out, that's Domingo again. There's gonna be a block in the back, but out across the 30, it's gonna come all the way back. That one, I believe it was the left tackle, got his hands a little bit too involved there, got on the back of a defender, and we'll see who they actually call it on. So there you go, number 60, Preston Robinette. And he called his name out earlier for making a great block. And actually, he was the one who Domingo ran into at the goal line, temporarily fumbled it before he regathered. One wide receiver split out to the bottom. 1st and 18 after the penalty. Man in motion, they're gonna give it away right up the middle. They're gonna be blown up. Maybe a gain of 1. They're gonna say he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no further.
Yeah, this Beaver team heavily relying on the triple option. And they've done a lot of handoffs, a lot of pitches, a lot of QB runs, and it's all worked. I mean, Northmont has had some counters, but very slightly have the Beavers actually persisted through this game with the triple option, only having like 2 or 3 pass attempts throughout this game, surprisingly, and they're 19 points ahead in the game.
Well, and when you do the triple option, something that happens a lot is you start to really suck the defense in towards the line of scrimmage. There's going to be a quick flag, I believe. They're going to call that false start on the offense.
Yeah, this Beaver offense doing good so far. It is 2nd and 23, actually, since I say that.
They've gotten themselves in a bad situation with a couple of back-to-back penalties. Maybe Northmont, they're able to force them to have to punt. You can maybe get something going here.
Yep, 3rd down and 19 here for the Beavers. Big gain needed to get a 1st down.
So as I was starting to say a moment ago before the penalty, when you run a triple option, you really start to suck all the defenders in closer to the line of scrimmage, breaking through enough to pick up the 1st down. The ball comes out They're trying to scoop it up. Eventually, it looks like the Beavers will fall on it. Kellen Reeves running hard on that play, busts through the offensive line. His backfield mate, Trey Dominga, his backfield mate, Trey Dominga, able to be there. Domingo, the man there to help scoop up that fumble. See Savoda set there under center. Man goes in motion, the handoff. Savoda makes a man miss, stumbles through the defenders, weaves to the outside, gets through one more defender, Locken falls to the ground, and that is a touchdown.
Yeah, great play by the quarterback. I mean, he's got the legs to be, I mean, this kid looks like Lamar Jackson out there. He's running all these option plays. He's keeping it for himself. That's 2 rushing touchdowns on the night here for Calvin Savoda. It looks like they will go for a 2-point attempt.
So 1 for 3 on point after slash extra point, or on slash 2-point attempts so far here in the game. Let's see if they're able to be successful on this one. Drop back, throw it over the top, and the open wide receiver.
Yeah, great play. We got some diehard Beaver fans here on top of the booth with us.
Yeah, the Beaver Creek Facebook going a little crazy up here. I mean, I'd be excited if I was them as well. It's been a rough night tonight for the Bolts. We thought that they had a chance to hang around in this one, but so far, man, Beaver Creek, this is not the Beaver Creek I am used to watching. There's a sophomore defensive back, Isaiah Flowers. He's such a young, talented man. Gonna be a lot of fun to watch him grow over the next couple of years. Instead of sophomore, listed at 5'7", 190 pounds. His heart is much bigger than 190 pounds. Plays with a lot of effort.
And they will kick it off now. Looks like it will be returned now, going down the right side and then be tackled around the 27-yard line. And here comes quarterback Bryce Staggs onto the field now for this Northmont offense. Getting the play for his team. This quarterback is very talented. I watched him over the summer. Very great prospect to look out for. He's got some stuff to work on, but overall a great football player. Very entertaining to watch as well.
Staggs drops back, delivers this one over the middle, nearly hauled in. That's a tough one for the wide receiver. There wasn't a ton of room right there. He's got his hands on it. You really kind of need to pull that one in. There was some traffic, and if he's able to pull that one in, maybe he's able to get up the field, have a big play. Just unfortunate for the T-Bolts. It's been a little off the mark with a lot of these plays so far. Staggs receives the call from the OC, delivers it to his offense, and everyone's lining up in position. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Thrown over the middle, in and out of the hands of Kozlowski again.
Looks like a referee got in the middle of the play, falling down to the ground.
It's a tough catch right there for Kozlowski because I think it might have been a half step behind him. And then, like I said, the ref kind of stepped in there, was a human screen.
thank you everyone for supporting Northmont Cheer by purchasing 50/50 raffle tickets this evening.
It looks like we got a new man in the backfield alongside Staggs. Is that number 38?
Jackson Gigu, sophomore.
Fantastic name. The throw along the sideline. Not going to be pulled in. That time, the intended target was Davis Sloan. Haven't gotten to call his name too many times so far tonight. He's been one of the better wideouts this season for the Thunderbolts, and now out comes the punting unit. It's number 78, Barr. The kick is away. It's going to bounce right in front of Keys. He's going to have a lane to the outside, makes a man miss. Going to be run into a defender across the 45 of the Bolts, and then finally be forced down. They're going to mark him down at the 40.
Now we see the quarterback here for the Beaver Creek Beavers, Calvin Savoda. Sorry, I'm just gonna call him Calvin for the rest of the night because the last name is quite confusing. But he has done a great job. He has 2 rushing touchdowns now on the night. This triple option offense is working great for him and his team. 27-0 lead on the Bolts. And he's going to keep this one and run for about 5 yards. Second down in around 5.
And oh man, I'm going to be an unhappy camper come Wednesday. The Fairmont Firebirds are up 17-0 in the third quarter over Centerville. Wow, what a shocker. Barring an absolute massive change of direction in that game. It'll be the first time in, I think, 9 years that the Birds will be able to beat the Elk. Savoda, he's got a lane. He's trying to squeeze his way through the safeties. He'll be pulled down inside the 10. I think they're going to mark him at the 9. And I don't know what has gotten a hold of this Beavers offense, but they have been fantastic tonight. Savoda looking over to the to his sideline, trying to get the call in, get up to the line, trying to get set. And then I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys this score. Not that it super matters to us. The pitch to the outside goes through the hands of the defender. Northmont's got a chance to get on it, and I think they do.
Yes, they do. The ref will point to the other way. We could take a... No, we're not going to do that. But great play by the defense. A missed pitch by the quarterback, Calvin. I guess it was just out of the hands of the running back. But now we will see the Northmont offense come on the field, and I think that is the second turnover of the game for the Beavers.
Yes, they had a fumble in the first half that Northmont was able to get on, and they found themselves in good starting field position. They weren't able to come away with anything there. They actually got pretty far behind the chains. We'll see. Got another opportunity here. 3 wide receivers split to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Bickerstaff in the backfield. Now he's going to take a step up to the line. Staggs is going to roll out. Throws this one to Locken along the sideline. He's going to spin, make a defender miss. And they're going to say he picks up enough to call it a first down, pick up of 11.
Yeah, Lachlan has been a great player for this Northmont team today. Made a lot of great catches tonight along the sidelines. He's most dangerous there, I see. They little comeback routes. Get some good yards after the catch. First down, Northmont.
Dropping back again. Staggs goes over the middle through the hands of Locken. Will not be able to come up with this one. Cody Larson, number 21, in to make the play for the Beaver defense. Beaver Creek, they're going to run a substitution as number 10 is going to come out. That's Derek Devine, and checking in for him, number 44, Chase Baker. Northmont breaks the huddle. Staggs trying to lead his team back. A couple of wide receivers split out to each side. They're going to throw this one over the middle. And we're going to have a thunderbolt down. A hit comes in low, kind of near the knees. And he's going to be down for a moment. There's going to be an official's timeout. Going to go ahead and show our friend Bryce Staggs now. Trying not to show injuries, although I will flip us back to the other screen as now we can see our man Davis Sloan kind of running off the field. Just a little bit of a stinger. He said, "I'm okay, boys." But Northmont, 3rd and 10, 3:20 to go here in the first half, or here in the third quarter, rather. Staggs relaying the play call.
Trips on the top of your screen, top right of your screen now.
Drop back. It's going to be a screen pass to Bickerstaff. Going to slip by the first defender. That was Chase Baker. And they're going to say picks up 7 on the play, but 4th and 3 coming up. And out comes the kicking unit. And a whistle comes in late. We're going to call a false start on the Thunderbolts, so that's going to back us up 5. Kelvin Keys Jr., the very dangerous kick returner, back for this one. The kick is away. He's going to take it at about the 43, 44-yard line. He's going to make a couple of bolts miss. A shifty move right there makes another man miss. He looked like Neo from the Matrix, bouncing around that time. I mean, you can see why he's such a good returner. So shifty, so good at changing directions, making defenders miss.
Yeah, definitely. He's got that definitely agility, you know, spin move X factor there. He's got quite the juking skill set on him there. Makes him a great and dangerous returner.
See the Beavers breaking the huddle, coming out to try and just tack on another score. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. In motion, Savoda, the handoff. Not a ton of room there. And I don't know if you guys could see that because it ended up coming off the screen. Things started to get a little chippy as one of the offensive linemen, it was either 55 or 65, I'll shout out both of them, Hudson Hack or maybe Christian Sizemore, both of them being very aggressive, or one of them being very aggressive, driving a Thunderbolt back to the 20.
If you think that's chippy, you must not have watched last week's game.
I suppose that is true. The handoff. They tried the sneaky move to Deshaun Super, but nowhere to run that time for him. It'll be maybe loss of 1 or 2.
Yeah, last week
Maybe he just got back to the line. My apologies.
Northmont played Withrow down in Cincinnati, and it did not end well. It was a 42-0 loss for Northmont. Definitely a bit of a rivalry there, but we will not be playing Withrow ever again, I've been told by the athletics. So we will not see that kind of stuff ever again. Not saying it was good seeing it, but it makes things entertaining. You know, it might be bad saying that.
That's one way we could put it, Gunner. Kellen Reeves, the ball carrier that time, picks up 3 as we tick under a minute to go here in the third quarter.
Wide receiver split out to the bottom. You always got to be careful in the triple option. Most of the time that wide receiver is a decoy, but they'll get caught once or twice where they're actually going to drop back and throw it. Nice move there by the running back. That's Trey Domingo. They're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe a loss of, see how far they mark him back. Waiting for the scoreboard to update. It says 4th and 3. It's much more than 4th and 3. There we go. 4th and 10, I guess. Maybe. Pushed him way back.
Looks like the Northmont offense will come onto the field. It looks like
Oh, was that
was
fourth down? Oh, my apologies. I missed that one. And like you said, the Northmont offense breaking the huddle on their way back out. 21.8 to go here in the third quarter. Four wide receivers split to each side, 2 and 2. They go to Smith. Miscommunication right there between Staggs and Smith. Smith was kind of running a bit of a post route, cut inside, and it looks like Staggs thought he was going to go down the sideline. So miscue right there between QB1 and wide receiver 1.
15.7 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter.
Takes a snap. He's going to try and run with this one. Finds a little bit of a hole to the outside. Tries to get around that last defender. He's going to be blown up, though. Nice hit. Big number 9, Jamison Webster.
And that will be the end of the third quarter. Beaver Creek 27, Northmont 0 at the end of the third quarter. Not the best situation if you are Northmont. You got 12 minutes to try to come back, try to score maybe 4 touchdowns. You know, I'm not sure how much faith I have in this comeback, but maybe Northmont can pull off a heck of a miracle and win this game. We're going to go ahead and give a shout out to Code Credit Union. One good reason after another to sponsor us. Thank you, Code Credit Union, for sponsoring us. If you want to hit them up, call them at 937-222-8971. Thank you, Code Credit Union, for sponsoring us on the NM Sports Network. And we are about to begin play once again. Now as Bryce Staggs throws it over to the left side. And that pass is complete this time.
It'll be 4th down.
Bryce Staggs, the QB1 for this Northmont team. 4th and 1. Looks like they'll be going for it on 4th and 1. And I think you have to. If you want to pull off this miracle, I think you do go out and go for this. Even though you're in your own territory, you go for this for sure. Bryce Staggs now gun formation, and it looks like there will be a timeout, Northmont. And that'll be the first of the half. So we will go ahead and let's give a shout out to Express It. My man Jamichael Blanton in the Dayton area selling athletic clothing for everyone around. If you want to go to his store, go to www.expressitathletics.store. If you want to email him at sales@expressitathletics.store, or you can call him at 937-369-0222. He has a very high quality clothing brand. I definitely recommend it. I got a nice comfy shirt from him after covering some PBL Sunday basketball for Alex. Great man, definitely go try on his attire.
A couple of Beavers nearly jumped off sides, and then they still got an early jump that time. The big man in the middle, nowhere to go for the Thunderbolts on that. Unfortunate. I'm trying to wait for that pile to uncover. I'm going to call out the name, big number 72, Samson Lingerfelter. The guy who got the early jump, the defensive tackle there for the Beavers. He had a couple of teammates that got a way early jump. Oh, was that a turnover?
Yeah, it looks.
They're going to say that Northmont fumbled and.
No, it was fourth down.
Oh, it was fourth down.
Didn't
Okay.
get it.
So add insult to injury. Oh, yeah, there we go. I see it down there on the bottom of the screen. 4th and 1. That flips over to 1st and 10. There's been a bright spot or two here tonight for the Bolts, but they just haven't been able to put enough stuff together to find themselves matriculating the way downfield and into the end zone.
Yeah, I was describing Northmont as like a puzzle today at school. They have many portions of pieces to the puzzle ready to be put together. They just can't find the right pieces to put together, and they got a bunch of cracks in their system. And it's a big reason why they haven't been doing well.
Chugging his way downfield. That's the big fullback, running back. I don't know what you want to call him, but Kellen Reeves, the sophomore. I cannot believe that the sophomore runs so hard. He is just running down the back of his guards right there, forcing them to create holes. Kind of made that hole by himself just by how strongly he ran into the back of his offensive line. Huge pick up there.
First down and 10 for the Beavers.
Another handoff. Oh, and he just gets tripped up, and if it's not for that, he's off to the races on that one. There was nothing but green grass, and he would have found his way to pay dirt. The Bolts get lucky with him tripping himself up right there. Savoda gets the call as he comes and gives it to his teammates. And, you know, last couple nights I've kind of been keeping an eye, just because I'm a baseball fan, I've been keeping an eye all year long on the scores, how things are going on for the Reds. I really thought about a week ago that everything was over and I wasn't going to be looking at the scoreboards for baseball the rest of the season. Another handoff to Reeves. Not a ton of room, but pickup of about 4, maybe make it 5. It'll be 3rd and short. But, you know, every time they're going to call it 3rd and 2, every time it feels as though the Reds get themselves out of it, the Mets somehow go on a magical losing streak, and they're knocking on the door in Cincinnati saying, hey, boys, your season isn't quite over yet. So I say all that to say this. A game and a half behind the Mets, the Reds needing the Mets to lose. The Rangers in the 7th up 8-3 over top of New York. The handoff again to Reeves. He's going to get a pickup of about 5 or 6. Plenty to pick up the first down. So the Reds are not in action as of yet. They play a late game. They are in Sacramento tonight playing the A's. So if the score holds in, I think it's in New York. If the score holds in New York, yes, it is in New York. If the score holds there, and the Reds are able to get a victory, against the Athletics here later tonight. It'll pull them to within one game, to within a half game of the wild card spot. The Reds just won't let me stop watching baseball this year.
So the quarterback rolling out left now pitches it to his running back, who now goes up the field for a gain of about 4. And I don't know if you guys notice, if you guys are as big of a football fan as me, but they were in a bunch formation there like they have been all game. They were in an I formation with 2 backs behind. They usually have 3 backs behind the quarterback who is under center. That time they were in I formation with a receiver on both the left and right side of the field. So that was a strange, even though it's normal in football, it was a strange sight to see as the Beavers were in a different formation. But they are in good position to score here.
2nd and 2 after the read option. Quarterback did a fantastic job making the proper read. The pitch out is a late pitch out, a very late pitch out to his running back. And he did a really nice job being able to navigate defenders and pick up 8. It looks like we'll have another first down.
1st and 5 here for the Beavers. 1st and goal, actually, but the scoreboard doesn't have the potential to say goal. So 1st and goal here for the Beavers at the 5-yard line. Calvin now, again in I formation, hands it to his fullback up the middle, who is stuffed at around the 4-yard line.
They're actually going to mark him out at the 3. And then the other thing that, oh, you're all good, Gunner. The other game that impacts the Reds tonight, that one also does not start for about another hour and 10 minutes. The Reds are tied with the Giants, and they play the Dodgers tonight at 10:15. It's a favorable matchup for the Reds. They can make some hay for the win tonight in the playoff race. He's going to try to dive over the offensive line, not quite far enough to pick up the touchdown. He'll be down inside the 1, 3rd and goal. Svoda gets the call in.
Svoda doing a great job tonight at the queue. You know, arguably the hardest position in all of sports. He's done a great job tonight, making the right reads, doing the right plays. And it looks like he'll just run his way into the end zone. That's a touchdown. That'll be number, I think that's number 3, Trey Domingo with the touchdown. So great play there by the Beavers as he just waltzes his way into the end zone. I may be mistaken. I think that might be number 31. Yeah, Deshaun Suber was the ball carrier that scored the touchdown. And the kick is up, and it is good. As the refs say, it is good. 34-0, Beavers up on the Bolts. Go ahead. 5 minutes and 16 seconds. It'll go to Northmont.
And also a score update from Centerville. The Elks are on the board in the 4th quarter, running out of time, but they are within. They're within 2 possessions now. Anything is possible for Centerville, but I definitely say with playing a different triple option team, you're running out of possessions. You're going to have to come up with some big stops and do it quickly.
Look at our freshman running back here, Juwan Bickerstaff, one of the returners for Northmont. The other returner is Jaden Smith, and the kick is underway. It will go to Juwan Actually, it'll just roll right into the end zone, so Northmont will take it at the 20. So now we will see Bryce Staggs take the field for Northmont, leading his offense back onto the field at such a deficit. Andy, at what point do you put Lucas in the game now that you're down by this much?
That's definitely an interesting and very good question, Gunner. There's an interesting point with, Lucas is really young, just a sophomore, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you could definitely try and maybe get him some more experience, or, Staggs is a senior. He's already kind of missed a game with injury, and, you want to give him a chance to play as much as you can his senior year. So I totally understand leaving him out there. Yeah, it's just a tough situation for the Bolts.
Yeah, and not only do you have Lucas Post, you also have a freshman, Mason Myers, also on the QB roster for Northmont. We'll take a look at the Beaver. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And it looks like Bryce Staggs gets sacked in the backfield by number 13, Dylan Hunter. Big time sack for the Beavers, although they are up a bunch. It is still
Just another fantastic play there by the Beavers defense. They've been in the backfield all night long. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the band that Gunnar was going to go ahead and talk about. You can see the Beaver faithful. They are very excited. That is the band. They're having a ball over there on the far side of the field. I'll tell you what, for being a 45-minute or so drive from Beaver Creek, that might be a slight exaggeration. I'm not sure, though. But being a quite a little distance of a drive there, got to be impressed with the amount of Beavers that have shown up here tonight. When you see the band is taking up a large chunk over there, but they got Beaver fans littered throughout that entire section over there. And then at our next break, we're going to go ahead and talk about a little bit of what we got upcoming. Got a new returner in who's going to take the punt, make a man miss, fighting through defenders, and eventually he will be pulled down. That was Colin Hunter. He just made a play defensively. But now, since we have a moment while the offenses and defenses are swapping spots, here's what we got coming up over the next week or so here on the NM Sports Network. Soccer, that one is, I think it's Tuesday, here at home against Springboro. The Panthers come to town. Then volleyball Wednesday. Jared Bergstrom and myself will be back here at home covering that one. Football, Springboro coming here next Friday. Northmont going to have a chance to pick up the first win of the season and knock off the Panthers in that one. And then volleyball the following week. I think that's a Tuesday. Don't quote me on that one. That one against Sydney. Once again, we'll get to see our girls in action and should be a lot of fun. The handoff up the middle. He's just so hard to bring down. It doesn't matter who it is in the backfield running it for the Beavers. I think that time we're going to credit number 42, Callan Hicks, with the carry that time.
It also looks like we have a new quarterback in the game for the Beavers, Levi Gonzalez. He is a sophomore on the Beavers.
He's going to keep it. He's got a big hole up the middle. He's going to be pulled down by a couple of bolts inside the 10, but there's a flag on the field way back behind the line of scrimmage. We will see what the call is on that.
Illegal shift on the offense. Two players moving at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So we will replay first down now for the Beavers. It'll be first down and 15 as an illegal shift was called. Clock slowly ticking down as we enter the 1 minute left to go here.
As
And
another big hole there for the backup quarterback. He will be thrown in a circle. He will be thrown in a circle and then pulled down. Gonzalez was the runner again.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So back-to-back penalties will back up the Beavers again.
so it'll be 1st and 20 now at the 40-yard line. And this clock slowly ticking down. One more play will do it. And they will just line up in victory formation. And they will take a knee as Beaver Creek takes a big away game win, 34-0 Beaver Creek.
So Beavers, they will get back to 500 here on the season. Another tough loss for our Thunderbolts. Just not the way, not the outcome that we were looking for. You see the sportsmanship, everyone giving each other high fives there as they cross the fields. It was a lot of fun out here tonight, boys and girls. Not the outcome that we wanted. We're gonna go ahead one more time real quick.
Thanks for sharing the space. I'm sorry for being loud.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead, shout out one more time what we got coming up here on the NM Sports Network next week and a little bit into the week after. Springboro Soccer comes to town. That one is Tuesday the 16th. The next night, my man Jay Berg will be here with me for volleyball as the Bolts will try to get revenge against Centerville. And they knocked off the Bolts, I think it was for the first time on the season earlier when we traveled to Centerville. So Centerville comes to town this time. And then Springboro. The Panthers are coming to Premier Health Stadium next week for week number 5. Maybe the Bolts are going to be able to get on top for the first time. Guys, make sure to tune in and see that. And then the following week, that would be a Monday, actually. We have volleyball against Sydney. That one is at Sydney. Start time is 6:30. So you guys be on the lookout for all of that. Please don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, NMSN Northmont. I said on Facebook, on YouTube. Let's try that again. NMSN Northmont. So you guys can catch all of the Northmont action that we will be doing throughout the year. Don't forget to, like I said, subscribe, ring the bell, make sure you get all the notifications. And then before we get out of here, gonna shout out a couple of our sponsors one more time. Need your roof redone or your house remodeled, call our friends over at Bluebird Construction. They're kind of an interstate company. So if you need to find what they're doing here in Ohio, bluebirdohio.com. Huge shout out to our friends over there. Tell them that us here at the NM Sports Network sent you. To Michael Blanton, I'll just keep it short. Our man over at Express It, he does a lot of things. You guys can call him, get a hold of him, and buy some of that great merch at 937-369-0222. Thank you very much for rocking with us this year. Code Credit Union, one good reason after another, 937-222-8971. Thank you guys once again for partnering with NM Sports and Northmont all season long. And then finally, can't forget about our friends, one of the most important sponsors we got, our friends over at the TAT tournament. We'll just give you guys more information as the year goes along, help get you guys prepared for that, because we want you guys to be tuned in to that one for sure. Special shout out to everyone here at Northmont for making sure this one went smooth with us. Gunner, it was fun. My man running the camera. And then, well, I guess I was the guy running the ones and twos. That's going to be all we have here tonight on the NM Sports Network. We'll see you guys back on Tuesday for some more Northmont soccer. That's all, folks.
Growing up, I kind of felt like it was a lot that I held in and couldn't express, so that's kind of where it generated from. But, you know, now it's connected to the youth in so many different ways. Being a product of the city and having that competitive spirit, but sometimes it being overshadowed with envy and hate. And I want to be the one to break that cycle so that the light can shine on everybody. Seeing people rock with Express it definitely, it makes me feel like I'm making a difference, especially those of us in the Black community. We all got this competitive spirit. Seeing them represented, I mean, it's always a great feeling. And it's also an honor because it's like they see something in me that they relating to. It's so much more than just the game of basketball or, you know, school or education. This is people's lives, you know what I'm saying?